Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened on Friday?
There was a big old bash for Passover, and they had a 2-week-long Passover party.
They did.
Yeah.
It was not as cool as a barley party, but it was...
obviously, because the runners were out there running, and people were making fun of them. They were like, you fucking Passover party...
poopers.
Whatever. Things. Peak guys. Runners.
Yeah, well, they were party poopers, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... that's what happened.
Okay, so that was 2 Chronicles chapter 30.
Sure as fuck was.
And today... oh, Happy New Year's, everybody. New Year. New Year? New Year? New Year.
It's New Year's
It's only 1 year.
Eve, because it's the eve of
it's the new year. Yeah, right. But
and
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Or you could say Happy New Year's Day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's the second by the time we're getting to this episode.
Yeah, so Happy New 2023.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
Anyway, that was 2 Chronicles chapter 30, and today we're going to be reading
2 Chronicles chapter 31.
Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, 2 Chronicles chapter 31.
Okay.
It's a continuation of the celebration of the Passover.
Man, that's one long fucking, party.
That is a party to end all parties.
They're continuing it into another chapter.
Right?
Damn.
When all this had ended, all this.
Yeah, the party.
This over here. It's kind of like how we were watching the New Year's Eve ball drop, and all of that confetti was coming down, and we were like, oh, I hate to be the cleaner the next day. So they're like saying, when all that confetti had fallen and ended. Yeah,
well, at least the people that are cleaning up the confetti in Times Square get paid for it.
True.
Whereas they'll probably send the slaves out to clean up this confetti.
True. So when all the confetti was landed, the Israelites who were there went out to the towns of Judah, smashed the sacred stones, and cut down the Asherah poles.
Oh,
they were heated up.
It wasn't just the king. It wasn't just the king,
right?
The guys are going out and do it themselves.
Yeah,
they're like all the people are like, we're excited about Yahweh, so let's go smash some shit.
Yeah, God. Woo! They destroyed the high places and the altars throughout Judah and Benjamin and in Ephraim and Manasseh.
Gotta get them high places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After they had destroyed all of them, the Israelites returned to their hometowns and to their own property.
Well, that's great.
Cute.
This is wonderful. Yeah.
That's so cute.
They destroyed all of the things.
And then they were like, okay, let's go home now.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to go rake some leaves.
Right.
All right. So that's the end of that little section. Now we're starting a new little section.
Okay.
So, they partied, they kicked the statues over, and now they're going home and boring.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Hezekiah assigned the priests and Levites 2 divisions, each of them according to their duties as priests or Levites, to offer burnt offerings and fellowship offerings, to minister, to give thanks, and to sing praises at the gates of the Lord's dwelling.
Okay.
Because they're going to sing, like I said before, I got to praise you like I should. Right?
Right.
Okay. The king contributed from his own possessions for the mourning and evening burnt offerings, and for the burnt offerings on the Sabbaths, at the new moons, and at the appointed festivals.
Wait.
What?
We're celebrating new moons?
Yeah.
Sounds really fucking pagan to me.
Sure as fuck does. It's almost like they knocked down the Asherah poles and couldn't reach the moon. And at the appointed festivals, as written in the law of the Lord.
Okay.
He ordered the people living in Jerusalem to give the portion due the priests and Levites so they could devote themselves to the law of the Lord.
Wait, they didn't give up this shit willingly. They were ordered to do it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't strike me as very godly and like, you know, in love with God shit.
So the people were not quite as enthusiastic as they're being made out to seem.
No, they're being ordered to do it. I mean, if you have to be ordered
love God, God damn it.
No, if you have to be ordered to do something, then it's not as powerful as if you just do it. So,
don't you always get bossed around and told to love things?
I mean, yes, I guess, sort of, but
when?
I mean, at work, you're told to, you know, you gotta do this certain things, and you gotta participate in this and love to do that and whatever, right?
Oh, like team spirit and shit like that?
Right.
Okay. As soon as the order went out, the Israelites generously gave the first fruits of their grain, new wine, olive oil, and honey, and all that the fields produced. That's going back a ways.
Yeah.
They brought a great amount, a tithe of everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's going a ways back.
They're tithing.
They're back to Leviticus here. It's
yeah,
almost
some
like
of
they
it. Yeah.
read some of those words, huh?
Maybe.
The people of Israel and Judah who lived in the towns of Judah also brought a tithe of their herds and flocks and a tithe of the holy things dedicated to the Lord their God.
Maybe they're trying to tithe it all together.
And they piled them in heaps. Like
Gotcha.
presents.
Yeah.
Like Christmas presents under a Christmas tree.
Right.
Heaps.
Yeah.
They began doing this in the 3rd month and finished in the 7th month. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So they started in like June, call it.
Yeah.
And then they finished in like, let's see, that would be 4 months later. July, August, September, like October time frame.
Sure.
Okay. So it's fall.
Yeah.
So it's about to get shitty weather.
Okay.
When Hezekiah and his officials came and saw the heaps, they praised the Lord and blessed his people Israel. Hezekiah asked the priests and Levites about the heaps.
Yeah, those heaps.
What about them heaps?
You gotta get those heaps under control, man.
You're giving me the heepy-jeepies. And Azariah, the chief priest from the family of Zadok, answered, well, because he's a priesty guy.
Yeah,
okay?
Chief priesty guy.
Yeah. Since the people began to bring their contributions to the temple of the Lord.
Because they were ordered.
We have had enough to eat and plenty to spare, because the Lord has blessed his people, and this great amount is left over.
That's
backwards.
No wonder they had to be ordered. They're giving shit up to the priest people.
Yeah. And
they have leftovers?
No, they're saying that the shit that they left is the leftovers. And it's like, no. Leftovers is after you pay your bills, then what's left is the leftovers. What they're doing is they're taking it off the top and then telling them make do with what you have left. So they've created it as a bill. You know what I mean? They added it to their bills pile.
Got it.
Like you were paying electricity and water and buying groceries, right? And paying your bills, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you pay your bills and then what you have left, that's your leftovers.
Got it.
Okay. And they're saying that, yeah, after they paid their bills, they gave us their leftovers.
Okay.
No. That's not what happened, though. What happened was they created a new bill called Give Us All Your Shit, tithe, right? So they've got tithe, pay my bills, and then they have nothing left over now because they already gave you the leftovers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I thought they were giving the leftovers to the king because they had leftovers.
No, they're the leftover. Okay, they had to tithe, and they're calling that a leftover. But if it's a bill, it's not a leftover. It's a bill.
Right. No, it's a bill for the people giving it, but the priests are the one taking it, and then They're taking it and they have leftovers that they're giving to the king.
Got it. Okay, so me and you were talking at odds because I was talking about the people and you were talking about the priests. I apologize.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, that's kind of shitty. Like, these people are ordered to give this shit up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we have leftovers.
The priests are like, oh, we have leftovers.
And then, like, the people are, if I was the people, I'd be like, fuck you, that's my shit. What are you doing? That's my leftovers.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Give us the leftovers, not
right?
The king.
You ordered me to give this shit to you.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Hezekiah gave orders to prepare storerooms in the temple of the Lord, and this was done.
See, they had so many fucking leftovers, they had to have create storerooms.
Right.
It's bullshit.
Now, if this is going to the poor, I don't have a problem with that because
it's not.
Right. It's not. But that would be cool because that would be like a tax to help the downtrodden.
Sure. Yeah, but it's not.
Right. No, I totally agree with you. Then they faithfully brought in the contributions, tithes, and dedicated gifts.
I don't know.
That's like saying I voluntarily didn't volunteer for this job. Right? Like, if somebody made me do it, it's not a volunteer.
Well, but a dedicated gift sounds more like that might actually be somebody bringing something specifically for some reason that they want to dedicate it for a certain cause or reason. Okay,
but I question the phrasing.
No, yeah.
Nonetheless.
Right.
Conaniah, a Levite, was the overseer in charge of these things.
Yeah.
And his brother Shimei was next in rank. Jehiel, Azaziah, Nahath, Asahel, Jeremoth, Jozabad, Eliel, Ismachiah, Mahath, and Benaiah were assistants of Conaniah and Shimei and his brother.
Okay.
Got it?
Sure. In no way whatsoever.
Right. All these served by appointment of King Hezekiah and Azariah, the official in charge of the temple of God.
Okay.
Kor, son of Imnah, the Levite, keeper of the east gate, was in charge of the free will offerings given to God.
Free will offerings?
Mm-hmm.
What, do you have to, like, sacrifice shit to God so that you're allowed to have free will? What are free will offerings?
Well, free will is volunteer. That's what it means.
Oh, okay.
Those are the voluntary offerings.
These are okay.
So we're going to make you donate to the kingdom.
I bet most of those came from rich people.
Yeah.
Because they're like, whatever, we're going to give it a little bit extra so that we can gain favor or something. Right.
It's like when you donate, but it's a tax write-off.
Right. Yeah.
Was it really a donation? Yeah. Okay. Distributing the contributions made to the Lord and also the consecrated gifts. Jiminy Christmas. They have so many different names.
Yeah.
Well, there's too many different names for types of gifts.
Yeah.
That weren't really gifts.
If you have a problem with the amount of names that you have for your gifts, then you have way too many gifts.
I agree.
Yeah.
I am 100% in agreement with you. Eden, Minayamin, Jeshua. Shut up. I see your
chanting?
Face. No, I'm naming off people.
Yeah, I know.
Jeshua, Shemaiah, Amariah, and Shechaniah assisted him faithfully in the towns of the priests, distributing to their fellow priests according to their divisions, old and young alike. In addition, they distributed to the males 3 years old or more, whose names were in the genealogical records, all who would enter the temple of the Lord to perform the daily duties of their various tasks according to their responsibilities and their divisions.
Okay.
And they distributed to the priests enrolled by their families in the genealogical records. Genealogical records. This is not phrased easy, and so I'm kind of like, where's the pauses and the so some of the words are coming out wrong.
Sure.
And likewise to the Levites, 20 years old or more, according to their responsibilities and their divisions. They included all the little ones, the wives, and the sons and daughters of the whole community listed in these genealogical records, for they were faithful in consecrating themselves.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
They did things and then they did them. The end of what I'm trying to say. As for the priests, the descendants of Aaron, who lived on the farmlands around their towns or in any other towns, men were designated by name to distribute portions to every male among them and to all who were recorded in the genealogies of the Levites.
Jesus. That's way too many times. They've said genealogy and genealogical way too many times.
I agree. I'm the one tripping over it, and that's why I keep saying it wrong.
Yeah.
This is what Hezekiah did throughout Judah, doing what was good and right and faithful before the Lord his God.
That's so great.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
Whatever.
right?
In everything that he undertook in the service of God's temple and in obedience to the law and the commands, he sought his God and worked wholeheartedly, and so he prospered. The end.
Yeah.
He did
good. He
so
prospered
he
because he ordered people to give him shit. And then they gave him shit. And then he prospered. And God said, yeah, I don't give a fuck if you're poor. Give me shit. And so then they gave him shit. And they prospered.
Yeah.
Well, he prospered.
He gooded.
I mean, somebody prospered.
Hezekiah did good, and so he gooded.
Yeah. Right.
And him good.
Okay. Well, that was 2 Chronicles chapter 31.
Sure as good was.
And tomorrow we will be back with
2 Chronicles chapter 32.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.